The Lord be praised, friends, brethren, and the family. Today I want to talk about what does the Bible talk about witchcraft? What does the Bible talk about in terms of witchcraft? Witchcraft is what is almost ruling the world now, and we are living in very dangerous times. We have to know our position in Christianity for us to be able to overcome some of the challenges and also the tricks that the enemy is coming up with to intimidate us. So we have to know how to live our life and be able to know the will of God upon our life so that we can be able to understand what our life is and the purpose of God upon our life. So when we talk about witchcraft, let us read in the book of Exodus, in the book of Exodus, the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verses 18. Let us see. You shall not permit, you shall not permit a sorcerer to live. You shall not permit a sorcerer to live. So God is saying that we should not allow a sorcerer to live. Is it that when people are doing witchcraft, they don't know that whatever they are doing is wrong? Why is it that somebody comes to bewitch you? Somebody comes to bewitch your children. Someone comes to bring you misfortune. Someone comes and he wants you dead. Why? So God is saying in the Old Testament, God was saying that he do not allow a sorcerer to live. Exodus is in the Old Testament. So I am assuming that they never used to allow people who were practicing sorcery to live. But in the New Testament, God is telling us otherwise. If you identify somebody as a sorcerer and you can be able to preach to this person to turn their lives around to understand the purpose and also the reason why they are alive in this life, to give themselves to God and stop the witchcraft, you have saved that soul. Other than just killing them or eliminating them. Another verse that talks about sorcery in the Bible is in the book of Acts. Acts is in the New Testament. Acts, we talk about Acts. Let us read. We talk about Simon the sorcerer. Acts chapter 8. Acts chapter 8. Let us read. 8, 9 to 13. Acts 8, 9 to 13. 8, 9 to 13. But there was a man named Simon who had previously practiced magic in the city and amazed the people of Samaria, saying that he himself was somebody great. They all paid attention to him, from the least to the greatest, saying, "This man is the power of God that is called." And they paid attention to him because for a long time he had amazed them with his magic. The next part is saying, now when Simon saw that the Spirit was given through the laying on the apostles' hands, he offered the money. So the Bible is talking about Simon the sorcerer. The Bible is talking about Simon the sorcerer also. So God is saying that we have to pray to these people. We have to let them know and understand their walk and their salvation and the journey of walking with Christ. Witchcraft, if you are practicing witchcraft and also practicing magic, you are not going, and also diabolic activities, you are not going to go closer to God. God refuses every diabolic activities. God refuses us from any magic thing that we can think of. God refuses us from any form of idolatry and the things that are related to sorcery. So we have to stop whatever that we are doing that we feel like is not according to the plan of God. Let us refuse it. Let us stop doing it. Let us completely say we are not going to act and partake whatever the acts of sorcery are in our life. So the biblical perspective of witchcraft is we have to pray for these people to know God. And also when we stick in prayer and we render their powers and skills useless, they will start questioning who is this powerful God who is rendering their things useless, and they start now scrutinizing and trying to know who is this so that they start following that power. You know, everyone wants power. Everyone wants where things are working. You don't have to be in a place whereby things are not working and you are struggling. So if you get that whatever that you are doing, the diabolic activities you are practicing, the witchcraft, the sorcery, and whatever that you have been practicing has got no power against the person you are sending the arrows to, you are going to surrender to God and say, God, I surrender because you are more powerful than the powers that I have. So, as Christians, God is empowering us today that we may stand in the gap as we continue praying and also terminating every satanic, every diabolic, every magic around us. God is going to raise this generation to intercede and be able to stand so that we may overcome anything that comes our way. So let us continue searching God with all our hearts. Let us continue refuting and saying no to any magic, anything that the enemy is planning to throw towards our direction. Let us say that it's going to backfire in the name of Jesus Christ, and we shall receive our redemption and salvation, and God will always be there for us, and we shall overcome any challenge and temptation that comes our way. So, friends, brethren, and family, let us continue stretching and also stretching and praying, and we shall overcome anything that comes our way. Jesus' mighty name.